Hi there! So I unabashedly love pop music. If you follow me on Twitter, then you've probably seen me talk about Carly Rae Jepsen a lot. But pop music tends to get shit on a lot, and I don't think that's fair. So today I wanted to make an argument for pop music. First of all, we need to think about what music is. Okay, so music at its most basic, right, is sound that is being shaped by pitch, rhythm, dynamics, and timbre or texture. Pop music is harder to define, and actually there are a couple different definitions that you could maybe use. You could say pop music is music that has popular appeal. You could say pop music is generally 3 or 4 minutes long, that it uses a verse-chorus structure, that it uses common chord progressions, and that the emphasis is mainly on the melody or the hook of the song. Or you could say when it becomes famous, it's pop music. So pop is really just a genre that has rules and conventions. In the 50s and early 60s, pop was basically just another term for rock and roll music. It was what was popular at the time, and it wasn't until like the late 60s that rock began to be seen in opposition to pop music for a couple of reasons. These are generally common criticisms of pop music and sort of what I want to try and dispel today. The first is that pop music is commercial and is designed to appeal to everyone to make more money rather than being based on artistic expression. The second is that because it's trying to appeal to everyone, pop music can represent the lowest common denominator. But here's the thing, all the music that you've ever bought is commercial. It's designed to make money, right? And it's more complicated than just art versus commerce. There's a mixture of that. And a lot of times artistic expression is used by people who don't make pop music to try to appeal to their demographic, which is people who don't like pop music, right? Like indie isn't real anymore. Maybe it came initially from an artistic place, but major record companies own smaller record companies and they put out indie records there so that they appear as though they're not mainstream records, but really they are. They're still trying to sell it to you. It's just a different kind of product. Paramore is pop music, right? The band was a vehicle for Hayley Williams, the pop star. So yes, while pop music is commercial, and while it may be more commercial than other types of music, all music is commercial, but art and commerce are not mutually exclusive. Secondly, yes, pop music can cater to the lowest common denominator, but simple doesn't necessarily mean bad. In fact, here's why we're more inclined to like pop music. It's primal. Lyrics aren't complicated, but they're based off of universal, intense emotions, like love. Have you ever been dating someone and started falling for them, and then suddenly all those cheesy love songs don't sound that cheesy anymore? Pop music is like a time capsule of emotion. It might be cheesy and it might contradict itself and it might lack complexity, but sometimes humans are also cheesy and also lack complexity and also contradict themselves. Love Story by Taylor Swift is a song that perfectly captures the feeling of being a young teenager and being madly in love and thinking that that's it. And you might be wrong, but in the moment, that emotion is really real. It's also what our brains want to hear. Science has taught us that we like repetitive music. It's the mere exposure effect. We like being exposed to things that are familiar to us. We get rewarded by the repetitive nature of songs, and obviously there's a limit to that, but that is something that is hardwired into us. So yes, pop music takes advantage of that, but blame your wiring. Also, the music matters more than the words. Words aren't necessary for a song to be effective. I can enjoy music in other languages where I don't understand the words, but that doesn't mean that I'm not still being affected by the song. In a different genre like hip hop or something, yes, words are the important part, but for pop music, words are sort of secondary. They contribute to the overall feeling of the song and the mood, but that's really what their function is. For example, a lot of pop music from the late 90s came from Sweden, and as a result, some of the lyrics are a little weird. In Ace of Base's All That She Wants, the chorus says, all that she wants is another baby, but that's like a weird thing to say because the song's talking about a boyfriend, but it sort of sounds like saying she wants a child. Also, look at the Backstreet Boys. Tell me why ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me why ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me why I never want to hear you say, I want it that way. What does that even mean? It doesn't make sense, but it doesn't matter because I Want It That Way is one of the best pop songs ever written. Fight me! So words are a tool, but one genre isn't inherently better than others because of its lyrical content. You may argue that music with a message that aspires for some higher level of understanding is more important, But I would argue that for a 14-year-old girl who just got dumped, or a 30-year-old guy who lost his job and needs a distraction, pop music can be very important. So pop music tends to be simple, or at least appears simple. I think some of the best pop songs are songs that sound simple but are really complex. Look at the chords to Latch by Disclosure, right? It's just these same 4 chords the entire song, but they're complex chords and that makes it sound interesting. Also, not only that, but it's in the key of B flat minor, or really B flat Dorian, but Sam Smith's vocals are in the key of A flat major, which is the relative major. That's complicated, but when you listen to the song, it doesn't sound complicated. It sounds like it all just makes sense. I think ideally a good music diet is a combination of different genres, and pop music can very much be a part of that. And it's okay if it's not always objectively good, and you can like it anyways. That's it for the video. Leave your opinion in the comments. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let's start a discussion. Push the thumbs up button if you like this video, share it with your friends, and I will see you on Thursday. Bye!